Hey guys, welcome back to the submission set series thingy. This is Spirit River, level 204, and let's go ahead and get started. I am kind of on a roll tonight. We started, the last video covered tiles and stuff to Plasma Frigate, so now it's all trading places material, at least my half of it. Jeffrey's half got submitted in his own set, so let's go ahead and get started. So this one uses Welcome to the 21st Century. And you have to do that with the tanks first before you collect that. Alright, so now we're in the river. So this level consisted of all these narrow pathways that really didn't provide a lot of options to do with. So I kind of turned most of them into a water network of rivers and streams and stuff. And I turned these little tiny rooms into like their own little challenges of sorts. And I think the fun part I had with this was coming up with the little challenges for every room within the space I was given. How can this bomb be blown up? Furthermore, how can you stop the cloning? Good questions. We will find the answers out to those tonight at 11. Okay, we can't go through there yet. So I don't even remember what the source level was. I think it was just like a bunch of chip collection and some item swapping, maybe? I don't remember. It's been a while since I played Ultimate Chip 6. But this room is probably my favorite. I like the way that works. Got those trapped teeth and walkers there for decoration. Alright, let's cover up some brown buttons. Alright. Let's just clone one. So we get the clone a glider to go backwards. And that will go all the way to the bomb by the fireball clone machine. And I heard it blow up there, so. Alright, let's go through this teleport. Grab that chip, and then we will proceed. So this level actually had a pretty massive bust in it that I overlooked, but thankfully it wasn't showcased in the LP that JB did. It was one I actually saw. Where am I going? I don't have the red key yet. Okay, so that stops the cloning. So what I had to do to fix it was put those toggle walls at the start there to enforce it to not be broken. Because there was a way you can stop the cloning without collecting many chips, and you can get the red key basically immediately, and you can exit. Really glad I found that on my own. So, that is Spirit River. It's an okay. I think for a CCLP, it probably won't do too well, but I'm really happy with how I built this. I think it's fun. I made it work, and probably the best way you can use this template, so not to toot my own horn. Now, speaking of another narrow corridor level, we have Air Leather Shop, which use communism from CCLP1, but in a UC6 context, this uses despotism, I think it's called. I think it's how you say that. Ooh, barely made that. Okay. So the trick here is to not have that glider blow up those bombs, but rather have it go through this, hit that, and then it blows up the bomb it's meant to go to. Get these flippers next. Go through there. And now we can push this on the slide. So this template was actually pretty fun to use. This is probably one of my favorites from my half of Trading Places. Okay, I know you have to press that. All right. Got a little break from puzzling. Actually, I think you can just do it like this. Yeah. And then you just do the same thing right here. Alright, so set that block up right there so we can make a nice trip around to obtain it. And then go through here. Yes, this Silcobound that I'm surprised fits within the space. Man, this was a fun thing to build, I have to say. Okay, I don't think there's anything I can really do. So let's just collect the skate and go on the other side. Yeah, I think that's fine. Yeah, I think it's like something like this you're supposed to do. Oh. Okay. And you have just enough skates too, so this is kind of like Thief Taking All That Was Me, but that was not the inspiration. Alright. So we have to collect this last pair of skates to get past the socket, or get through the socket. And I changed this to be more clear. Alright, you're almost done. Go up through a teleport to collect the items needed to exit. Okay. So these are the items I need to exit the level. Okay, so I need to partial post. Alright, there we go. That is Air Litter Shop done. Very again, another really solid level. I can't wait to see how this plays out in the voting phase. I think it's good. I think the other levels of this template are really good as well. I really like JB's take with this template as well. Despotism, I honestly don't remember a whole lot of. And obviously communism was communism. So, yeah, it's an okay level. Alright, Pink Fungus Lake. All blocks have water under them. Thank you, me, for letting me know this crucial information. Okay. So this one uses things called Betwixt and Between. And I think that itself uses fossilized snow from CCLP4. Although I think that was before it became a CCLP4 level. But the premise of this is to just build a path for 2 balls to follow to hit one to hit a toggle button and one to hit a tank button, so you can collect the 2 chips on both sides. All right. So another thing you have to do is you actually have to keep the ball like in a particular spot. I don't know what the heck that jerking movement was. Probably the keyboard being the keyboard again. It's been doing that all night. Why do I have 8 Discord messages? I don't know what's going on, but I imagine one of the servers I'm in kind of blew up with something. Alright, so there has to be enough room for the ball. Now, this is the tricky part with this section is you have to kind of keep the ball, you have to even out the spacing of the ball for the tank button so you can actually get through the tanks. And I think that's good. So let's just, oh, catch it there. Okay, let me get rid of this. And let me get this released right here. Okay, so this should be a solve. Yeah, so they have to be evened out a fair amount in order to get through them. But that is Pink Fungus Lake done. Now on to Slippery Climb, which was literally just played on his LP like not even just a couple nights ago. All right.
Bummer.
So this one is it's a Crash Bandicoot 1 reference, and this walker is not cooperating with me. There we go. Nope. Arguably the hardest part of the level right here. There we go. I've oofed. I oofed and goofed. Yeah, JB got really lucky with the walker in his solve. There we go. Alright. Honestly, the walker part's not that bad. It's just, it's at the start. So even if you mess it up, it's easy to recover from. But yes, this one uses the walls from Flight of the Prince, which was, I believe, built from a crate competition, if I remember correctly. I think it was like some movie crate competition. I didn't enter it. I didn't know what level to make out of a movie. But this level was actually a lot more difficult initially. This glider used to be a blob, for one, so getting that through that blob was hell to do. Oh. I don't know how I dodged that, but I did. I originally made a level called Relic Castle out of this level, which had like, I pressed left twice and you didn't input it, dude. Relic Castle had a bunch of dirt on the outside, and everything in the mix of it was honestly a little bland and uninteresting. At least I think it is. I mean, I read that someone liked it more than this, which, I mean, to be completely honest, I find that a little questionable, but I guess if that's your preference, I can't be too upset. I mean, I made both levels, so who's the real loser here? Okay, so this section is fairly simple. So I could have pressed that red button over there. It doesn't control the teeth, and I've had a few people think it does, but it doesn't. It actually clones a block cloner. And if I went through it, I would have been able to save a trip. But since I didn't, I have to do all 3 trips in a row. Alright, this is just a simple key collection maze. Yeah, I really like this level. I like the way it flows together. It has like little breaks in the dodging elements of it, which I think is really cool, and honestly what people appreciate about this. Take note of the above mechanism. A green button is under the glider above. Alright, so what this is like a little pearl diving section. So you have to press that toggle button and get through quick enough while avoiding the blob. And you have to get blocks up here. Okay, I'm gonna... I want to wait until it gets, like, nowhere near the toggle door. There we go. So if I pressed it earlier, I only would have to do this twice. Because if you pressed it and then came up here, a block would already be here. And you wouldn't have to go through this a third time, but you don't get penalized for not doing so unless you get killed on the third go around, but that's just unlucky at that point. All right, hold that down. Use it to get here, and then collect and get to the exit. So JB made the suggestion to have this outer edge out here be a maze and just kind of let the level drag a little bit more. And I thought about it, and I think I even tried it initially. But the problem with it was there's not a lot of space out there to allow for an ice corner maze like the top left was. And any maze I did make, unless I sacrificed the ice corners, which I could have done, but I didn't want to do that, the maze would just be super trivial and just kind of no reason to exist. And on top of that, the title Slippery Climb, I feel like if I move the exit elsewhere, like on the bottom of the level, that just kind of defeats the purpose of the name that I gave it, and I don't want to change the name because it references a crash level, and that is notoriously difficult for what it was back in the day. And yeah, I just didn't want to change that. So yeah, I could have made that change out there, but I like the level the way it is, so yeah, that's Slippery Climb. Now onto Verdant Cavern with the password of IAMY or IMY. Alright, so I think hands down this is probably the best Walls of level I've ever made in my entire design career. Or not Walls of level, but tile. Well, no, it is a Walls of level because it still uses an existing template from the source. So what this uses is the locks from Arctic Antics, and I turned it into this kind of key collection level, but when you close the toggle doors, you have to use the keys to collect chips places. And I love how it comes together. Like, this was such a amazing idea to hit on when I got to this template. And the best part, every single key is necessary. There's not a single extra key here, and that could be a good thing or a bad thing depending on your point of view. But in my point of view, I think it's a phenomenal thing. Alright, so go through here. And there's even keys like inside this like chip collection stuff. So there is some thought that needs to be considered too in that regard. The name of the level is as a Pokemon reference, because once again, of course it is. But it kind of has a double meaning to it. So the name itself is a place in the Sun and Moon games for the DS that was released back in 2016, I think. And that was basically the setting of the first challenge of the game, which was the island trial, or the trial. Yeah, it was like a trial or something like that. And I love how that just has keys. So there's that reference, and then the other reference is also within the name, but not with the cavern part. So Oh, did I already go this way? Oh no, I have to go this way too. Verdant. So for those that aren't aware, you know, obviously my favorite Pokemon is Flareon, but I also like another evolution a lot as well. That is called Leafeon, the grass type evolution. I absolutely love it. I love it just as much as Flareon, honestly. Like if I were to change my username to something else, it'd be like Leafeon 350 or Leafeon something. But Leafeon is known as the Verdant Pokemon in its Pokédex entry, and its Pokédex number, or National Dex number, I should say, is 470, which is the time limit of this level. So there's that double reference as well. And I guess there's a third reference to this too, at least in the Trading Places context, and that would be it was placed at level 46 in Trading Places, which just so happens to be where Sapphire Cavern is placed in CCLP1. And it wasn't an intentional reference, but it's a reference nonetheless. Where is this last chip at? I don't know where this last chip is. Kind of walked all over the place. I haven't found it. It's not through this. It's not through here, is it? No, it's not through here. Is it the top left? I thought I went to the top left earlier. Yeah, I did. Where am I missing a chip at? I cannot find one. Yeah, where am I missing another chip at? I can't. Oh, it's right here. How the heck do you get to this? How did I miss that? How many times did I roam around the level and I somehow never saw that? I mean, okay. Anyway, that's Verdant Cavern. I love it. As one I really hope gets into CCLP5. It's amazing. Now on to Thinning Iron, which is this level. So this was fairly fun to make. The premise of this is that there's these block pushing sections. And of course this tooth monster has to be in the way of it. There we go. And you have to dodge teeth while you're pushing the blocks around. And there's two sections like this with completely different layouts for blocks and trap buttons and thin walls and stuff. It's pretty fun. And there's little alcoves you can put the teeth at in case you don't want to deal with them, or they're overwhelming the player or something. Alright, yeah, this one's a little tougher, but not terribly so. There we go. Get those in there. At least for now. Oh, I don't think I had to free him at all. Perfect. Okay, so now the challenge is to set up a partial post. So we have to free one block from each section, and there's only one block you can free. Cool, I got them both up there somehow. So before I do that, I'm gonna get one of them out. So one of the teeth has to be for the partial post. So now it's set up to be partial posted. It's just a matter of getting this other block out so that can be used to blow the bomb up. There we go. That is thinning iron completed. Pretty fun teeth level. I really like it. It's a blast to play. I think pushing blocks through teeth sections is always really interesting and fun. Alright, nameless wormhole. Keep the toggle walls closed or you'll be forever stuck in this wormhole. Alright, so this level was made in the walls of red, brown, and red. And this isn't the first level I made with this template either. I actually made another one called Formidable Oak, which from my understanding is a Pikmin reference. And I've never played Pikmin before. And I screwed it, not because I released a fireball, but because I got the wrong block in the wrong spot. Formidable Oak was okay. I never liked it. It was just a pretty basic and otherwise ordinary block nail puzzle. Which this definitely has a... You do have to do this nail to get this block out. But I changed it because, well, one, I knew I could use the template better than just make a pretty random simplified nail puzzle with some paramecia manipulation at the end of it. And the other reason was, okay, I thought I messed up, but thankfully I did not. Because Jeffrey had a level in his half that referenced me, like directly in the editor, with a hi Josh at the bottom of Ion Flare Productions. So I thought, you know, I really need to make a level that kind of shouts him out with his name invisible in the editor. Like I didn't have enough room to fit his full name in, or full first name in, and even if I did, I don't think he would have liked that. So I wanted to put his username in, his IHNN, in the editor. So I thought, you know, what if I just made this level and just put his username letters out on the edges with fireball cloners. And in this version of the level, those don't exist. But in the Trading Places version, it does. Now as for the concept, it's a concept I really like, and I felt like it needed to be used, and the space was perfect to use it in, and the amount of blocks was perfect to use for it, and I like it. I like it a lot. All right, Labradorite. Oh boy, Discord has a 9+ on it now in my notifications. That's something tells me I should really look at that, but I kind of want to just focus on this at least until I'm done recording tonight, which should be here in a few minutes. Okay, so this level is kind of a toughie, but not really. Okay. I say that, but then I trap myself. Okay, so there's a few ways you can solve this. I don't remember what JB's solution was, but his solution was definitely much more different than mine. Okay, so I'm gonna push that there, and push that down right that. And then I'm gonna do something like this. Oh, I didn't catch that part of it. By the time I saw it, I had already committed to it. Okay, so let's push that down first instead. And then push that out of the way. I'm gonna set this up real quick. Okay, I think that block doesn't have anything under it. I don't think it does. I think I got that pushed. So now oh, but now I can't access the bottom. All right, let me start with, I'm actually going to start with the bottom instead. Okay, so that's completely taken care of. So now, let's push that there. Push that there. Push those like that. Okay, so that's all those. Okay. Let's go around this way. Well, the problem I see with this is that I can't get this cluster now because this is blocked off. Yeah. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do instead is that. and then that. And not that. Let's do that again. All right. All right, so yeah, that the top and the middle are probably what are the hardest parts of this level, or what are the hardest parts of this. I can't talk. I've been talking for like almost 4 hours straight, and it's starting to take a toll on me. It's why I don't record consecutive videos back to back like this, because it starts to, I start slurring my words and my mouth gets extremely dry. Okay, so the problem I'm seeing now with this setup is that I can't. I mean, I can do that. Well, maybe that does work. No, it doesn't work. Okay. Starting to have some brain farts. This level's not hard, it's just... It can be hard to read sometimes. But I think I like this level quite a lot. What if I use those pop-up balls instead of the ones I'd used? I think that is fine. Interesting. I think this still works though. Let's try something like this. No, it doesn't work. Oh man. Just want to get this level solved and I can stop recording and take a break. Okay. So I didn't even touch the top half of this. But once again, I'm hitting the problem of I have to get the middle one pushed down, and I don't think I can with this setup. Let's try to approach it from... Oh, except I can't. Okay. Whew, yeah, this little cluster right here is what makes this difficult. I don't think it's in the middle section per se. It's this right here that makes it tough. Because you have to unravel that in a pretty specific way. Okay, I think this should work. Because now I just have to do this. That's there. Let me do this. Do that. Bam, 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 bam. Go out this way. Bam, bam, bam. And you can get out. There we go. So there's another solution to this level. In case JB's can convince you there was only one solution, there's mine. And I know that's not how he did it. So there is Labradorite done. Yeah, I think I'll stop here. I better tend to those Discord messages, whatever the heck they are. So, thanks for watching, guys, or tuning in. I appreciate your time and interest in any combination of the two. Hope this was fun to enjoy and watch, or whatever you did. Some solid progress. I'm going to continue recording tomorrow, which is, well, the 30th or the 31st, so the last day. And I have less than 40 levels left to complete. I think I got the toughest ones out of the way. I think the only tough ones I have remaining are the ones that are in trading places. And there's like maybe 3 of those. And that's it. So other than that, yeah, this set I can definitely finish this by tomorrow. And I am looking forward to that. So obviously by the time you're watching this, this is February, so it doesn't apply to your standards in the future, but it is still January as I'm recording. So that being said, yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it, and take care, and see you later.